and DJ of all people, like I don't believe anything he says to me on the first thing.
The DJ is Chris DeJoseph, who's also Big Dick Johnson,
Yeah.
for frame of reference for everyone.
And so he comes in, he's like, you're pulling your eye out tonight on TV. Be ready for that. Like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm telling you, you are. All right, no, you're not. I'm like, no, I'll do it, but are you serious? And I could not, for the life of me, understand it. Like, I was really, they go, you're going to do it during the John Lovitz talent show. You're going to be a plant in the crowd. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I kind of figured it out. Like, oh, okay, this is making sense a little bit. So then I get to go into the second meeting, which was when I would go in, and I was in charge of the shot sheet. They gave that to me, which I was evidently the shits at per Brian. That was one, but anyways, I'm in the room, and I walk up to Stephanie, and she's a great person. You can really be friends with her. You know what I mean?
I had a great relationship with her. So.
And so I'm just staring at her. You know what I mean? I didn't care. Vince is sitting right here next to my left, and I'm staring at Stephanie. I just walk right up. I didn't give a shit at that point because I was comfortable.
Right.
And I'm staring at her, and then she couldn't keep a straight face. She just started laughing, and I go, "Is it true?" Because after she started laughing, I went, "Oh shit, really?" Mm-hmm. She's like, "Yeah, you're cool with that, right?" I go, "Yeah, but is that PG? Like, does it make sense to pull an eye out? Oh, it's real. It's reality. It's totally PG." And Hunter was loving it. Hunter wanted to get me beat up, like Hunter, which was awesome. I was like, I'll totally get beat up by Ted DiBiase. Mm-hmm. But I remember when they were pitching it during the meeting. Then Vince looks at me. He's like, "You good with this? You good with this?" I'm like, "Of course, you asked me to do it." And probably the highlight of that whole deal was doing the whole rehearsal for it. As if you've ever seen Vince do rehearsals, the greatest watching Vince do rehearsals. So he's telling me how to pop my eye out. Like, I mean, he's like, "Joe, all right, I want you to slam the back of your head and just get that fucker out. Get it out." And I was just like, I'm standing in the ring looking down and holy shit. And so, we did it a couple times. And that day, this is another funny story. That day, actually, Hunter and Stephanie brought their two daughters. Stephanie was pregnant. Mm-hmm. They brought their two daughters to the taping, and they had them in the ring, so they were outside by the ring during rehearsals. So we're doing the run through for the deal or whatever, the talent show with John Lovitz, and I did the whole pull my eye out thing, and at the end of the bit, I was supposed to fall, right when Ted gives Santino the whatever his finisher was, the Dream Street or whatever. I'm supposed to hit the mat, roll out, and then go over by Cole. Mm-hmm. So during rehearsal, I hit the mat, rolled out, and landed on their kid, one of their daughters. You know what I mean? With my eye in my hand. So, and I'm like, "Oh my God, are you okay, honey?" And was
it the older one or the younger one?
The older one.
Aurora.
Which was what, 3?
She had to be 3.
Maybe 3 or 4.
She might have been 4.
And I'm like, first of all, I'm scared that I kicked her in the face or anything. I didn't want to hurt her. And she's looked at me and she just starts crying and runs to Stephanie, and Stephanie picks her up. And the whole time I'm like, "What's wrong?" And all of a sudden I look down and I go, "Oh shit!" My eye is in my hand still, and Stephanie walks by, holding her just scared shitless daughter, and she just looks at me, "Put your eye back in." And then the rest of the day, Aurora would cover her eyes every time I'd walk by her like I was some kind of demon. And I remember telling Hunter, I'm like, "The worst thing about that is, your daughter hates me. She thinks I'm the devil, dude." She's like, "I can't even look at her." He's laughing. It was ridiculous. And I did the bit, and it was what it was. It was history. It was pretty badass.
I think I missed it. Somebody, I think Liz texted me, my roommate at the time, and she's like, "Joe just put his eye out on television." Or I don't remember how. And I went back. I'm like, "Oh, I knew that was going to happen."
Yeah,
and it's
pretty quick.
And that's the environment. Aurora, was there. She was born when I worked there, and you should fly on the plane, and Steph would have a separate flight sometimes. So Dusty and I would take the morning flight, and Steph really changed when she became a mother. She became a lot, I don't say nicer. I mean, she was always nice, but softer. She understood a lot more. And so, here's her daughter very traumatized with this guy that fell on her, and oh, by the way, his eye fell out, which, how do you explain that to a 3-year-old? I mean, a 3-year-old can't realize that he's pretending at that point.
Exactly. I felt horrible. I was horrible.
Now afterward, because, I did one sketch with the, how did the boys take it? Because...
Oh, they loved it.
Well, it's because it's...
That got me over, actually.